how to get banned by your own hairdresser. So, my amazing, beautiful, super cool mother-in-law owns a high-end hair salon. She is a very popular and well-respected hairdresser in our large tourist city. As everyone knows, the pandemic was particularly hard on many businesses, especially salons. When they were finally able to open again for the first time, wearing a mask was the law. Salons that did not follow this law were actively being fined and sometimes even closed. On top of that, my husband was diagnosed with a rare form of lymphoma around that time. This made him extremely vulnerable to any and all colds, flus, and infections. And this is where the real trouble started. My mother-in-law had a long-time client named Janet, but she absolutely refused to put on a mask. My mother-in-law explained to Janet that she had to wear one because it was the law. She told her Janet could be fined far more than her styling costs if she didn't comply. Janet doubled down, ranting about her rights as an American, blah, blah, blah. My mother-in-law pushed back again with the law and the fines. Still, Janet remained unmoved. Then, my mother-in-law got as serious as a mom can get. She explained once again that her son has cancer. Janet rolled her eyes and said, "Yeah, I know. I read it on Facebook." My mother-in-law said, "Then you understand that if I get sick, I can't see my son or it could kill him." Janet responded coldly, "So what? Isn't he terminal anyway?" Pause for shock while everyone in the salon just freezes for a second. My mother-in-law backed away from the chair and said, "You need to leave." Janet gave a shocked Pikachu face and asked, "What? Why?" Hairdresser number 2 shouted, "Get out. Get out now. Get out before I call the police." And that is how you get fired from your very expensive hairdresser. How anyone can think their bleach blonde hairdo is more important than the hairdresser's child is beyond me. You know that woman has scissors in her hand, right? A little note about my husband's cancer. Yes, at the time his diagnosis was terminal. But thanks to advances in science, he is now living with cancer instead of dying from it. However, he is still quite vulnerable to germs and viruses because it's lymphoma.